What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back. Oh shit, hold on. And I'm back with another video. Let me put the mic over here. My mouse right here. Let me close this in the back. I'm back with another video. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have some real talk. You know what I mean? Got 18 people in here, 26 people in here. Wait to get about 50, and we're gonna run our mouth. We're gonna have fun with this here. I told you guys that, of course, and I hate to keep saying the same shit over and over and over again. If you guys are following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Zaya2005. Actually, I'll leave the link down below. Also, so I'll leave my Twitter handle down there. Turn it down, Maya, please, for Daddy. Turn it. Okay, just turn it a little bit for blue. But anyway, I'm sorry. So if you've been rocking out with me on Twitter, so of course, I'm very active on Twitter. I just maybe within the last year, I was a Facebook kid, but I'm all about Twitter now. And but if you've been rocking out with me, or if you're new to my channel, I'm sorry, I have to have an influx of new subscribers. All right. Since I've been doing YouTube, I'm gonna tell the story again. So some people, ask me this, and I get asked this question all the time. So for those of you that have been here for a while, just bear with me. I know it's the same goddamn story. Just be patient, okay? It's for the new people. Welcome to new people to Next Gen 720's channel, okay? Since I've been doing YouTube, I'd say since 2013, I started this channel here. It was actually 12/31/2012. I didn't put the video up, the first video up until I believe in 2013. All right. Anyway, since I've been doing YouTube or whatever on this channel here, I've met several people within the industry. Just met them in my comment section. I may have had like 43 subscribers, and I was talking to developers. I was very, very, I was bugging when I first started doing YouTube. I got a sense of humor. I'm silly as hell naturally in real life. I got a great sense of humor, and I guess a lot of people, by the way that I talk, you know what I mean. Some people take it as me being uneducated for whatever reason. Most people don't know that I went to Seton Hall for 2 years. But I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and I talk with a slang. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And sometimes it comes out. Sometimes I'm just talking my quote unquote. My wife calls it my geek voice. You know what I mean? When I'm talking like a geek. But other than that, like I said, I met several people within this industry, and me and one of this individuals I'm talking about, we became really, really tight, really cool. We would be on Skype for hours, just bugging the fuck out, just talking about gaming. And me and this joker come from two different walks of life, but he was so intrigued about me and my upbringing and where I'm from and, how I got into gaming. And, we had, for us to be from different walks of life, we had a lot in common, believe it or not, you know what I mean? And he said that he worked for a certain said company, but he didn't, certain companies, say EA, you can be the janitor, you can be the receptionist. There's 1,000 fucking jobs at EA. But he didn't put on that he was like a big guy in fucking EA. And I'm not saying he works for EA. I'm just using EA as an example. You can draw the lines as you will. And he didn't put into emphasis that he was high up in the company or of the upper echelon or whatever, as being like a developer or even like a boss or anything like that, of curating major third-party multiplayer IPs that we play and enjoy today. Hear me out. I have been a lot of feedback. Let me turn this down. Let me turn my mic down. And so it wasn't until we became, like I said, a lot of people. Again, I didn't ever press. And I always say this again. I don't look at those people as being celebrities. I don't look at Phil Spencer, Yoshida, any of these people on IGN. Nobody on fucking YouTube. I don't look at these people. I don't give a fuck if it's PewDiePie. You're no different than I. We just have a fucking microphone and we're talking about gaming. Even when I had like 50, 100 subscribers, I got videos. He has a bigger brand. I just take Review Tech USA. If you go on his channel, he got videos talking about me and him going back and forth. It was the craziest shit. I remember they had 200 fucking subscribers. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy arguing about with me on the fucking YouTube? And he has about 100,000 subscribers. I got 200 fucking subs. But since I've been doing YouTube, I've always rubbed elbows with the upper echelon of YouTubers. It is what it is. I don't make a big to do over it. Now, you know, it's like I said, I don't look at them as being celebrities. I don't look at anybody, like I'm just being real. Unless you're a celebrity, like celebrity in any movies, I don't consider anybody doing gaming anything as a celebrity. I just want to say that right there. Now, again, so he never, you know, I never questioned him about it. And again, it wasn't until we became friends on Facebook and, you know, somebody, you know, someone posted a picture on my timeline and I see the things that he's working on. I said, oh shit. Like, you know, when he said I didn't really pay the money and he kept talking about it, like, you know, some people, a lot of people motherfuckers lie online and I done ran across some weird, but I really enjoyed doing conversation. But anyway, we became so tight that we went on like 2 family vacations. You know, he wasn't married at the time. His long-time girlfriend or whatever, they, you know, they didn't get married. We went to his wedding. We went on. We had 2 family vacations with my family, his family. He's married now. I went to his wedding. He's been to my home here in Jersey, and I've been to his house and wherever the hell he lives in video game land. You know what I mean? So almost us in an Xbox live party, he said to me, word around the campfire, just me and me, I locked the party. A lot of go sit down, just sit down. You don't come in front of the camera like that. I'm sorry. You know, I locked the party because people like, you know, I'm not saying I'm a rock star or nothing, but I get a lot of traffic on the Xbox and I appreciate it. So I'll be having all types of jokes sometimes hopping in the party. So I lock the party. Sometimes, you know, just we want to talk about. You say, hey, you asked me, do you have a party lock? So I got the party lock. This is the first time I told the whole story, but this is the whole story. So I locked the party, boom. So he's like, word around the campfire is that both Microsoft and Sony is releasing new hardware. Now, mind you, I don't know how many months. Just told me this shit months ago. If you've been rocking out with me, you know I've been telling you guys that these new consoles were coming. Nobody really believed me. Whatever the case, I'm not even going to that. And you know, and people were saying there's no way this generation just started. You know, and this, that, and the other. And then Kotaku, I believe, started talking about this more powerful PlayStation 4. But listen, let me say this. So before Kotaku started talking about this more PlayStation 4, powerful PlayStation 4, I was seeing, if you go on Skype, now somebody can share their screen with you on Skype to look at this shit here. And then like I said, before Kotaku started talking about, maybe a month or so before Kotaku started talking about the Neo, I believe it was Kotaku, I've seen some official documents. We have these documents that leaked online. Remember I told you guys that I've seen some official documents that had the official seal from Sony. That was like, you know, not saying what you would see on, that we saw on, that was, I believe, a Eurogame or a Digital Foundry was accurate. But I just told you the ones that I seen were a little more different, a little bit more detailed, and they had an official seal, you know, from Sony. You know what I mean? Classified, whatever the hell. He said, look at this here. And he said, look at this. And then some things I didn't say because I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not saying it again because, believe it or not, leaking certain things, you can be held legally responsible, what I like to say. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm saying it really doesn't make any sense for a big, I didn't hack anyone, and I'm damn sure not going to say, well, I would never put that man's livelihood in jeopardy. But, you know, so like I said, I didn't, well, let me say, how should I say this? Like how I'm saying, once Kotaku, I'm sorry, it was a deal to start putting out about the Neo mode, but I've always said before, just think about playing games, because he told me not to go into the Neo mode and stuff. But I said, think about playing the games in low settings and in high settings. And I was talking about the PS4 Neo. Now, boom. All right. Now we all caught up, right? Now we all caught up. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was like, if you go to my channel, if you're new to my channel, just go back and check about when I was talking about this shit a while ago. But, you know, what was originally told to me that both Microsoft and Sony were releasing new powerful, more hardware. And my rebuttal was to him, Slims? He said to me, no, Slims are not new hardware, not considered new consoles, you know, whatever the case may be. So starts with, we fast forwarding in now we are today. Of course, Microsoft announced the Scorpio, Sony's, you know, of course, they have already confirmed the existence of the PlayStation 4 Neo. Now, a lot of fans were saying that, Microsoft tipped their hand too early. Now Sony can go back and change the specs. It doesn't work like that. You gotta realize this, guys. We're just now hearing about these consoles, all right? Some before others. Cool. And I'm not claiming to be, I've never said I was an industry insider. Do I know people within the industry? Yes, I do. I'm not a fucking industry insider. Have I broke stories on my channels? Yes, I have. Do I get credit for it? No, I really don't give a fuck. But it is what it is. You know, I told you guys about the 279 original Xbox One. About 2 weeks before it fucking, went viral in the campaign ad. I told you guys about the release date of fucking Titanfall. Just go back and just some of the things on my channel. But again, I'm not claiming to be an industry insider. You know what I mean? I'm not claiming to be Mr. X or any wild shit like that. But anyway, to bring you more up to speed. So a lot of Sony fans were saying that Microsoft tipped their hand too early. And I'm telling these guys, or just common sense, just business, and I'm great at numbers and I'm great at business. One thing I'm good at, I'm good with the fucking numbers. I say business doesn't really work like that. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is we're just now hearing about these consoles. It shouldn't even be a big deal because how should I say a shock to anyone, because in 2014 you had the vice president of Netflix that came on the record and said both Microsoft and Sony were releasing new hardware. This was back in 2014. The video on this was releasing new consoles to take advantage of the 4K content. This was back in 2014. So this fast forwarded until today. Now, so a lot of Sony fans and NeoGab, they came up with this rumor that that the Neo was going to be 5.5 teraflops. And again, how business works, both Microsoft and Sony, or even Nintendo, you have a contract, all right? They have a contract. They signed with AMD for set amount SoC chips, or GPUs at whatever teraflops, so whatever the case may be. They're going to sign for this. This is what we're going to pay for. So they're going to manufacture that, okay? So the last minute, you know what? So Microsoft just comes out with a 15 teraflop goddamn console. You can't just say, you know what? I have a contract for this set amount of chips. Fuck those million chips that you already made. I don't want those anymore. Give me what's on the second shelf. I mean, you could do it. You paid for them, you know what I mean? But, you can't just say, I'm going to put a beefier GPU in the goddamn console. You have 2 years of R&D. This is what you guys don't understand. You have 2 years of R&D that makes sure the console doesn't overheat, doesn't freeze, and and that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Just to fucking throw it out the goddamn window. If that was the case, just think about this, and you got to realize this: Microsoft was a much bigger corporation than Sony. When it came out that the Xbox One was going to be the weaker console, around E3, only thing Microsoft could do was overclock the GPU and the CPU a little. You know what I mean? Actually, overclock. I believe they overclocked the GPU also. You know what I mean? But don't quote. I know for sure they did the CPU. That's about all they can do. And gave them a few tenths of a more spec performance or whatever the case may be. But this is how it is now. And again, so actually, maybe before that, because it doesn't really work like that. Now, could Sony, the last minute, I don't think it's not very practical. We got to realize this again. This is not the PlayStation 5. This is still considered the PlayStation 4. Yes, Microsoft kind of went balls to the wall, but this is still considered a PlayStation 4. And I was telling Crap and them guys, and even on Beastfire, no one believed me. Like, I don't know if it's my skin complexion when I'm telling you guys this. Just know the fuck I'm talking about. You best to believe after the Neo comes out, about 3 years, you're gonna have another. Between 2 to 3 years, you're gonna have another PlayStation. It's gonna be their PS5, and it's gonna it's gonna jump over the Scorpio. That's just the nature of the business. This is business. This is what Sony does, and what anything. Business, okay? If Sony's not going to compete, they're going to be in that box with like Nintendo. Like I told you guys, Microsoft needs more than just to come out and announce a Slim, because the Slim really does nothing. I told you guys this. And when Microsoft came out and announced the Scorpio, I told you, now everybody's changed their goddamn symbol on Twitter to the Scorpio sign. But it was I that have been telling you guys this shit for months, okay? A Slim does nothing when your competitor is releasing a console that's fucking 3 times the power of your goddamn Xbox One. That's just common fucking business. And everyone argued me down and said, you know what? No, if Microsoft comes out and announces it, it's gonna kill the sales of the Xbox. No, it fucking won't. Now, all you guys, Xbox guys out there, cool, yeah, we ride this wave, right? And again, it's not just hardware is fucking important. Okay, so don't fucking, Don't fucking say like it's not important. Don't say that power is not important. I was never been the one that said it. And I don't like to argue about frame rates and resolution. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. If I did, I would play on goddamn my PC right there behind me. You see my Astro headset drop down. That's a very powerful PC right there. That still not even fucking hooked. That I don't even fucking use. It's not that important to me. I don't care. I prefer console. I prefer the simplicity of consoles. I like the fact when I use my controller, I ain't not getting shiped across the map with a mouse and keyboard. When I go to boot up a game, it's guaranteed to work. Like I said, it's not like that with PC. You know what I mean? Games to me, not to me, in fact, are better optimized on consoles. Why? Because you have the same, how should I say, developers know what specs are inside the box. There are 1,000 different iterations on PC. He got one Titan, he got two Titan, he got three, and it goes on and on and on. It's not like that with consoles. I don't have a problem with the power. To me, these games run better, perform better on consoles. That's just my opinion. And it has nothing to really do with the frames and the resolution. But that's just my opinion. Now, back to what I was saying. So I was telling you guys that Microsoft has to come out and announce the Scorpio. They announced the Scorpio. And they don't have to announce the Scorpio because it's not going to kill a motherfucking thing. Your biggest competitor, which is Sony, Nintendo's off on the left, fucking playing Pokemon Go. They ain't got nothing to do with this goddamn conversation. Your competitor is coming out with a beast of a console. And I want to say this again. Not to say that the Neo is something to be scoffed at. It's 4.1 or let's say 4.2 teraflops in performance, okay? It's still in a closed environment, okay? If you like the way your games look on the vanilla PlayStation 4, imagine at times, it's probably about 2 times the power was that. You know what I mean? You guys are going to be in for a treat. We're going to get a Neo also. You know what I mean? And like I told you guys before, no one believed me. Fuck what Yoshida's saying. I'm telling you because I've spoken to developers. I've spoken to people that don't have a dog in this fight. When I mean a dog, they don't care if Sony wins. They don't care if Microsoft wins. They want their games to sell on both platforms. They get paid either way, okay? When I told you guys that the Neo was going to be at fucking E3, whether Sony admitted it or not, you guys saw Horizon Zero Dawn. If you think that your games can look as good as that on a vanilla PlayStation 4, there's no need for a Scorpio. There's no need for a Neo, okay? Prime example. Everyone say, oh, Yoshida said it wasn't there. Okay, go back to the PlayStation experience last year when they showed you those VR games, right? Those looked like fucking PlayStation 2 games. PlayStation 3 games, right? And what did you see at E3 when they showed you VR? They looked like PlayStation 4 games. Bing! And again, I don't know if it's you guys think I'm the crazy black guy, but it is what it is. It's just the nature of the business. Companies, whether they admit it or not, it's like the same thing with Sony or Microsoft. When they show you these multi-plats, they show you them running on a PC. They show you the PC version of it, you know what I mean? But of course, it doesn't like when you get it back home. Same thing we went through with Ubisoft with Watch Dogs, and and it goes on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? The companies are going to show you the best looking version. It's a stage show. It's a show. They're not going to show you the shitty version. They're going to show you the best looking version. Plus, if you believe Sony said they don't have anything ready to run on to show with the Neo, the console comes out this October, November. And like I was telling Mooch and those guys and whoever, every game that releases from October 4, even games can go back, or even previous games like Uncharted or whatever. I hope it is Uncharted for a patch. Can be patched with said Neo form, Neo mode. You know what I mean? All right. So let's go over some of these specs here. What's here? Shout out to the 20 people rocking out with me live. We're gonna have some fun with this shit today. And I'm not here trying to antagonize PlayStation guys, but I just think it's asinine to think that that Sony can, just the console is already in production, being made right now to get ready for this holiday push. You know what I mean? That they can just go back and change the specs at the drop of a dime. If that's the case, if Sony does, the only thing they wasn't, decided on was the CPU. They can put a beefier CPU. But as far as the GPU, the compute units, the CUs, it's at 36. And that's still a big bump up because you're going from 18 to 36 CUs. You know what I mean? But the Xbox Scorpios is, I believe, is 60 CUs. You know what I mean? And to put this in layman terms as far as spec performance, you have to add the PlayStation 4 Neo combined with the vanilla PlayStation 4 to to come on par to be even with the Xbox Scorpio. It's going to be a price wise. And again, Sony can launch that console next year to compete with the Scorpio. They can't. They got to get as much market space as they can now, and hope that their gamers or whoever will be satisfied, or will just jump the gun. You got some people that are going to wait, but they hope for most people won't wait. They're going to show us some pretty looking games. And like I said, for those who think that the Scorpio is not going to have games, are not going to be beautiful in the Scorpio, like, you're fucking bugging. Stop with the weirdo. When you say shit like that, you make yourself look dumb. Well, Phil said that games are not going to have a better frame. Xbox One. You talking about games that may have came out before the goddamn console launched. He's not talking about games that come out during the life cycle of the Scorpio. Like I told you, listen, it's common fucking sense. Listen to this, okay? When Microsoft was crazy as hell, it's sad. Not even sad that you have to explain this to people. When they showed you guys Forza Horizon 3 on stage, we saw it in 4K. I said, God damn, I can't wait for my shit to look like. And I remember I was blown away the way Forza Horizon 3 looked and running on the 4K rig. Check this shit out here. Check how sly these fucking companies are. And they showed you the Xbox One version. I think somebody might have played on the Xbox One S. But I was, if you go back to look at that E3, turn that down a little bit for baby, your tablet. I was blown away at how it looked on this 4K rig. Now, the Play Anywhere thing, check this out. You can buy the game digitally on your Xbox One and sit down and enjoy it on your 4K rig. And the game will scale automatically. That's what's about they can. That's one thing how Microsoft was really, really ahead of the curve as far as development tools and all that shit right there. Because developers can just make one game, okay? And it will scale up to whatever device you want. I don't give a fuck if you're on a Windows 10 phone or you're on a Windows 10 tablet, whatever. It will scale up or scale down. So check this out. If you buy Forza Horizon 3 digitally, or even probably the physical copy, you buy it digitally. When you put that bitch in your Scorpio, you boot up on your Scorpio, it's going to look just as good as this shit they showed on the E3 stage. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, brother, with you, I'm just being honest. But check this out, though. So anyway, let's get into some of these specs. But anyway, so like I said, that's what Sony's coming out this year. You know what I mean? If it was coming out next year, fine. But also they have VR, and they've heavily invested in the VR. And like I said, I just don't see Sony wasting 2 years of R&D. They can't match Microsoft dollar for dollar. Like I told you guys back then, no one wanted, but I said when it comes to hardware, Microsoft will never be outgunned again. And I'm getting this again from somebody that doesn't have a dog in this said fight. You know what I mean? Because this been the Xbox One Achilles heel this generation that has had the anemic GPU. You know what I mean? And bottled with the East RAM. And I will give Sony credit. They made the PlayStation 4. It was very easy to develop for. You know what I mean? And it was the lead platform this generation. It is what it is. Now, with that being said, let's go over some of these specs here that are online. I said, shit, the cat is out the bag, but it is what it is, man. But like I said, like Crab said, the narrative is going to change. It's going to be, but it should have always been about the games. But like I said, this generation wasn't about the games. It's been about fucking resolution, quote unquote, frames per second. And I wish I can share you. I probably could share my screen with you guys. Let me see. How can I do that here? Let me go to my thing. Let me open this up. Let me see. Can I share my screen with you guys? Is it that? Hold on. Let me make this small. Instead of me just reading it, let me see. There's something over here. What's this? Cameraman? No, this is camera. Is it the option for that shit? Chat. Screen share. Okay, screen share. Okay, I got it. Okay, wait. Hold on. We about to have fun with this. Hold on. Wait, no. It's just wait. Let me see. No, it's only going. I gotta. No, fuck it. It's too much. I gotta paste it in the background. But anyway, I'm gonna go to the fucking the him. Like this here. Or like what I say, had the official stamp for Sony and confidential, yada, yada, yada. What it was showed to me on Skype when he shared the screen with me. It says here, what is Neo? Neo is a high-end version of the PlayStation 4 console. Neo and the original PlayStation, Neo and the original PlayStation 4 will coexist in the same marketplace. Same application package, same online community, same store, same system software, user experience. All PlayStation 4 titles released in October, listen, like I told you guys, released in October 2016 or later should support both the original PlayStation 4 system and the Neo system. New titles play even better on Neo. 4K display support for 4K TV owners. It's called, Ultimate HD TV. UHD TV owners. Many games will have additional improvements for HD TV owners. Higher frame rate, more stable frame rate, improve graphic fidelity, different graphic features, etc. Like I was telling you guys, even if you don't have a quote unquote 4K television, it's you're gonna see a big difference in the games regardless. You know what I mean? That's like if you hooking a powerful rig up to a 1080p television. You know what I mean? You're gonna see and you're playing a multiplex. You're gonna see a big difference graphically compared to that in the console version. It is what it is. Legacy titles play better too. Forward compatibility done by means of patch. Developers publish a decision to patch legacy titles, but it's not mandated by Sony. And the same thing I was telling you guys about the Scorpio. Look to see some of the games that may have been released. If just say take Rise on the Road, that's probably been Microsoft's flagship title in terms of visuals on the Xbox One. They can, just say if I wish they do, but say if Microsoft gives, could Crytek a little harder for cash, a little extra money. But no, never said they can because it's 4K and all that shit. And on Steam, they can probably just port it over to the Xbox One. You know what I mean? With Windows 10 DirectX 12, but they probably had to give Crytek a little bit of money. But I heard Microsoft and Crytek fell out. I don't know, but I'm just saying games that already came out. Save some games that's coming out this year that are not 1080p or whatever on the Xbox One. Now you hear now no one's talking about Battlefield being 720p and all that shit because the resolution shit is gone now. It's not a big deal. First of all, we have the Xbox One's coming out, which is going to upscale everything to 4K. Not native. It's going to upscale everything to 4K. But you see now no one's talking about resolution, which I'm fucking happy. I think it's the silliest thing in the world when you got console gamers arguing about fucking resolution. But anyway, it said existing titles will run unmodified on Neo system. Applying the patch enables you to implement native support for Neo features. So again, you take a game like Street Fighter V or most likely the Sony big titles, most likely like Uncharted 4 and all that shit. It's going to be patched to take advantage of the PlayStation 4 Neo, which is dope shit. Let's get down to the hardware specs. It says the CPU uses the same Jaguar cores as the original PlayStation 4 at a higher frequency. Now, if you know anything about the Xbox One and the PS4 as far as spec-wise, I remember, guys remember when they had the Assassin's Creed Unity or Infinity, what the fuck it's called, and it was both 900p on the Xbox One and the PS4, and you had Boogie and all these, shout out to Boogie, all these fucking big YouTubers talking this shit, no parity. And again, it was told to me by a developer, he said, it was in a conversation, he said, some of these motherfuckers are fucking stupid. They're on a fucking witch hunt. Some engines, just understand, some engines are GPU heavy. Some engines are CPU heavy. And I said, what if the PS4 is holding the Xbox One back? Because the engine that they use for Assassin's Creed is CPU heavy. And we all know that the Xbox One has a slightly beefier CPU than the PlayStation 4. Then Ubisoft came out and said it's not a problem with these consoles' GPU. It's their anemic CPUs. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Like I said, the PS4 and the Xbox use mobile CPUs. These Jaguars is very, very shitty CPU, but they're using the same CPU. It just clocked 1.3 times as faster. So it's going from 1.6 gigahertz to 2.1 gigahertz. The GPU, here's a good thing, improved version of AMD. It's using Polaris compute units. It's going to be moving in a higher frequency. It's going from 18 CUs at 800 megahertz to 36 CUs at 911 megahertz. About 2.3 times the teraflops in performance. Okay. Here's another big issue too. While a lot of the games going forward for the PS4 Neo, it's not going to be native 4K. It's using the same 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 at a slightly higher memory bandwidth. It's going from 176 gigabytes to 218 gigabytes, about a 1.24 in performance. So big robust games, they're not going to be a native 4K, maybe either 1440p or 1080p 60 upscaled to 40. I'm sorry, upscaled to 4K or even upscaled to 1440p. Don't expect big, games like Battlefield or, all that shit to be 4K on the Neo. But, some games that are not, maybe like the Maddens or the NBA 2Ks, the big multi-plats that are more or less the same on both platforms to be, probably get up to 4K on the PlayStation for Neo. If not 14, native 1440p, which is still good, and it'll be upscaled to 4K. It says here, the CPU and the GPU resources the same percent as original PlayStation 4, 6.5 cores in the 7-core mode. So out of the 8 cores, they can use 6.5 cores of 7 core modes. The same thing with the Neo. Same, allocating the same for resources in the background and stuff like that. Same shit. This over here is really just not a big deal. Memory budget for game. Game budget plus 512 mega direct memory, 5.5 gigabytes in total. So they're still using the same. Basically, what they're saying in here, it was a big thing about before the PS4 launch that people thought they was going to use the whole 8 gigabytes for gaming. You still have to run your OS. You guys still got to use your party chassis. So still going to use the same 5.5 gigabytes that's allocated for gaming. It's just 5.5 gigabytes. It's going to be at a slightly higher memory bandwidth. That's basically what it's saying. Extended features, some extensions of other features might be added, such as 1080p recording. That's probably going to be with Share Play or Twitch or something like that. This here's extended recording. So I don't know, what does the Share Play? Does Share Play record in 720p or like the gameplay that's recorded? But anyway, that's going to receive a bump up. Cool, and maybe even live streaming for. I don't know. Is the camera 720p on the I believe that Sony has a 720p camera, so they must be talking about recording gameplay to Share Factory. Roadmap, it says Neo game title specifications, upcoming events. Roadmap disclaimer: all dates and timelines are tentative and subject to change. Consider all dates and internal targets are best not to promise. It said release date here is September going forward. I guess dev kit. Oh my God, this is the dev kits. Oh wow, okay. This is I didn't see all this shit here. This is when they got the dev kits here. They got the dev kits pro. It says here in April of, if I'm reading this right, it's a chart, April of this year. So they started making games, I guess this is April. Yeah, it says fall 2016. But the consoles look like it's slated to come out, like I said, in yeah, okay, I got it right here. So available early April to mid May 2016. Increase support sunset spring 2017. Uses final spec model. Oh, they got the model of everything. God damn. If somebody gonna lose their goddamn job. They got everything up here. This is they talking about the dev kits and shit here. And they're gonna receive new kits in the beginning start of 2017. Probably more mature kits to take advantage of the hardware. During the console life cycle, the companies are always making more mature dev kits, so it's easier to make games to get better performance. So they got the first kit in April. They're gonna get another kit in March 2017 around there. You know what I mean? What else they got up here? What else? Anything else that's juicy we can talk about before we get the hell out of here? Probably information release date made. And they put all this shit up here. SDK 3.5 Neo submission patch. Oh my God. Software requirement. Oh yeah, this shit is official. I wonder who put this shit out here like this. Was it Sony? You know what I mean? I don't know. Neo submission began mid-August 2016. Neo submissions beginning mid-August 2016. Neo support and submission part with the building street date of title. Oh, okay. They talking about the games. Late September title PS4 only submissions with Neo day 1 patch. Oh, okay, they talking about okay. It says Neo support by street date. Late September titles PS4 only submission with Neo patch day with Neo day 1 patch. Early October titles Neo/PS4 submission only. It's okay to release a Neo ready title before Neo launches. Okay. Now again, even if games come out before the console comes, it's all right to have the games ready to support Neo mode. Neo mode once the goddamn console come out is what they're saying. So even games that may come out before the Neo launches, it may have Neo mode also. So probably Call of Duty or Call of Duty is going to be out before the Neo. Or Madden may most likely from the big companies. NBA 2K, PS4 SDK supports both original PlayStation. They talking about the same shit here. And they got all types of shit. Neo game titles, display buffer resolution. Yeah, about Jesus. It's a bunch here, a bunch of Momo Jumbo. Okay, one strategy for Neo game development is to detect the resolution connected to TV. Prepare a 1920 by 1080 display buffer when the HDTV is connected. Prepare a 380/40 times 2160 display buffer, usually using an efficient rendering technique such as checkboard rendering when a 4K TV is connected to ensure that the Neo frame rate meets or exceeds the frame rate of the game on the original PlayStation 4. So what's mandatory from Sony, okay, is that Neo games can't have anything extra, like any extra stages or anything like that. But it's mandatory that the game runs at a higher resolution and a higher frame rate. It's mandatory. That's one of the requirements. You know what I mean? We will support other strategies as well. The next few pages describe a few of them. However, we understand that you know your game's best, and we are happy to engage in conversation about the strategies that work for the game, but still deliver a great Neo experience for the player. Again, Sony's really relying on third party for the push. Talking about here in the debug mode, display buffer resolutions. They got several resolutions here. They got 3680 by 2070, 3520 by 1980. 3360 by 1890, maybe it's for different model, and 3200 by 1800 are also supported. You can use these as your MRT resolutions. Again, well, here's the thing. I said, well, with the Neo, you're already going to get some 4K, content. You know what I mean? Whether it's native, I don't know. I guess depends on the game. Again, but are you excited? Or if you're a Sony fan, or are you disappointed that the Neo is not as powerful as you may have liked? Fix my screen, my shit's crooked. Not as powerful as you may have liked, or you wanted Sony to go balls to the wall and try to come out on par or even more par with it. If you listen to what Phil said they could have I guess did what Sony was doing, released a not saying like a slightly more powerful Xbox One, but the chips and the technology that's available for this year. But they said they wanted a true leap forward, like in technology, and so true 4K gaming. So the stuff that the technology that's being implemented in the Scorpio most likely is going to be the Zen and all that the newest shit from AMD, which is not going to be ready until 2017. And so so I guess it wasn't ingenious for Microsoft again competing to say, you know what, we got some 4K content on our console also. It's not native, but it's upscale. You have the Xbox One S with HDR game. You know what's crazy? Let me go back to this. I don't see anything here about HDR. That's a little odd. I don't see anything unless I skipped over it. I don't see anything here about HDR. I haven't seen not one thing in here about HDR. Now it'd be odd if Sony doesn't support that because again, they sell HDR 4K televisions. You know what I mean? I don't see anything unless I skipped over it about HDR. Let me go down. Some developers would like to have one Neo mode supported rather than two. They'll work. They're just beginning in this area. Some developers, they're not supporting type of downscaling. You need the downsplay to recap. Damn, they don't have anything in here about HDR. Okay, here's it. Our experience is that using lower resolution for 4K television supports such as 1440p, or that 1440p I told you about, does not create a much difference from 1080p on a HD television. Our hope is that the titles will use a checkboard rendering and similar techniques to allow for resolutions much closer to 2160p. We are currently researching lowering cost techniques for an increasing resolution, such as geometry rendering, described in the original disclosure meeting. If you are having difficulty achieving resolution above 1080p, 1800p, please do contact your regional developer technology group so we can share our latest learnings. So if they're having troubles, they want them to contact Sony. They can't get the game above. There's some crazy resolution, 1800p. So this might be the sweet spot here. Let's say, well, if you can't get it above 1800p, Jesus. Oh man, I don't know, man. But I'm not seeing anything here about HDR. You know what I mean? I don't see anything here about HDR. Maybe they can. Here you have two types of HDR. The HDR, you have Dolby Digital HDR, which is actually a chip, and the standard for the industry is HDR10, which is the Xbox One. That's more of a firmware thing. So maybe that can be implemented via patch, via firmware. Like I don't know, but I don't see anything in here about HDR unless I looked over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so we got here in the comment section. Okay. We got here. And they get on. You listen. Omeziago said. He said, "Here's a good question. Do you think there's going to be a civil war between people that choose to upgrade or stay behind?" Because when we did a show a couple of days ago, Omeziago was saying that the vanilla PlayStation 4 can handle everything the PS4NEO was doing. Like that's just the craziest goddamn thing in the goddamn world. You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Let me go up to them and get some. Let me see here. Let me go to some of the common questions here. Now, what's up, Gene said the Neo specs are very disappointing. I don't see how. I won't say that they're very disappointing compared to what you have right now. Sony probably is going to charge about $450 for the console. It's 2 times as powerful as the vanilla PlayStation 4. So I won't say that they're disappointing. They're not on par, of course, with the Scorpio. But this I won't say that they're disappointing. Kick him. Hold up. Let me go up here. Fucking bigot. Let me see here. Let me go up here. All right, Xbox. I'm going up here. I'm going up here. Let me go. I'm sure Sony show exactly, Jeremy. Okay. All right. Let me go. Get your ass off that camera. You're gonna goddamn close. I'll pop the shit out you. Oh, I'm sorry. It's go up. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you didn't see it. I don't think you did. But anyway, I'm not looking at my camera at the screen. All right, let me see. So listen. So all right, I'm not. There's too much here in the comment section. So any of you guys? Are you happy with what you got, or was confirmed from Sony? These are like I said, this shit is very, 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 very detailed. Now this this is along the lines of what I've seen originally. Like I told you, it was a little bit more detailed. And some people said I was even lying about that. Like some of these motherfuckers, like God damn, like yep. Like I have no reason to come up here and just make I don't give a fuck. Whether you believe me or not. You know what I mean? Like I said, the documents that I've seen were a little bit more detailed than what it was shown on NeoGAF and and just that and the other. And this is more or less, yeah. You know what I mean? I think I said I told you I saw 2 sets of documents from one developer. The same indie developer wasn't as detailed as I seen from a major third party. Now, this, like I said, and again, sort of shit a couple months ago, and I might be missing stuff, but they had the official seals and stuff like that. Okay, say Hayes, Richard Cucumber Eater USA say Hayes Zaire, SUs and CUs are more important than teraflops. Okay, well the PS4 right now has 18 CUs. All right. Going by your theory, your logic, I'm sorry, the PlayStation 4 Neo has 36, and the Xbox Scorpio has about 60. Just going by so really, go get your allergy medicine at the cabinet. And so, if you're saying that the SUs and CUs are more important than the teraflops, then goddamn, then the Scorpio really does rape the goddamn Neo, Now he said 4K 60 bring on score. PS4 Neo is trash. Need all I can get with the ashy TLG and support. No, again, I won't say that it's trash, man. Games are gonna look good. We saw what you saw what we saw at we said Jimmy Buffs is in 4K. You saw the games that we saw at E3 look beautiful. You know what I mean? The God of Wars, the what's that shit? The Horizon Zero Dawn looked great. No Days Left. All those games looked good. You know what I mean? All of them looked good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna enjoy the Neo Wise here. Of course, I'm a primary Xbox guy, but I am gonna double dip. I'm gonna get some multi-plat games on the Neo just because they're gonna look better graphically until my quote unquote my Scorpio comes out. You know what I mean? Rich, Rich again. It's still a PlayStation 4, man. This I won't say it's weak. You know what I mean? But a lot of Sony dudes are jumping ship. You know, but it is what it is, man. Amazing. I don't know if you remind me of the PlayStation version of Dr. Trey. You be in denial like a motherfucker. You're in denial like a motherfucker. No one gives a fuck about PCs. We're here talking about console. If you want to fucking play on fucking PC, you game on PC. If you want to fucking play on most people that play on PC would like to use a mouse and a fucking keyboard. You don't like to be restricted. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. Consoles are restricted compared to fucking PCs. You know what I mean? That's just fact. You know, so that's not going to change anything. You know, I don't. He keeps jumping there because Microsoft is making money off their other operating, and it's a bad goddamn thing. Like I don't give a fuck what sells there. I'm gonna buy my goddamn. Well, Microsoft doesn't care where you buy their game. They don't care if you fucking buy Windows on their fucking Mac. As long as you fucking using their OS, they don't give a fuck. It's a fucking win-win. If you think about it, Microsoft has the largest install base. I'm just being real. If you want to, since you want to talk about PCs, if you combine all the Windows 10 devices in the world that play games, Microsoft has a much bigger share of the pie. It makes much more gaming than Sony. You know what I mean? So if you want to talk about that, I don't give a fuck. I'm a console dude. That doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck. I play on consoles. People that I know play on consoles. Give a fuck about no goddamn PC. Neo Titanfall Princess put what she said? I still haven't read the Neo documents. Well, they're on Twitter. Everyone has them there. It's just most the same of what you already heard. The 4.1, 4.2 teraflops. That's not going to change. So people were thinking that that Sony was going to get up to 5.5 and all that shit. Like, it is what it is. Hey Zaire, do you think Battlefield 1 will be running at 4K 60 on the Scorpio? I probably most likely, again, that's a lot. You're talking about an enclosed environment, man. That's a lot of goddamn. And according to you, you said the CUs are more important than teraflops, and the Xbox Scorpio has 60 CUs and a very, very 12 gigabytes of HDR RAM, at a very high memory bandwidth. So, and again, I don't think Phil would have came out and made that statement if it wasn't the case. Z, will the Neo have a 4K Blu-ray player? That is a good question. Let me look at these docs. And again, I didn't see anything about prepare HD TV connected. You know what? Maybe this thing here is for the developers as far as games. So they don't, I guess they wouldn't see them anything, about Blu-rays or 4K. I would hope so, because Sony does sell 4K television. So I would hope, so I would hope so. Yeah, this is it. I didn't see anything about HDR. Well, I see here about the resolutions they're looking for, but I don't see anything about HDR unless I skipped over it. And like I said, the industry standard is HDR 10. If that's more of a software thing, Dolby Digital is a chip, but HDR 10 is more of like a firmware software thing. Maybe they can be added at packs if it doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see anything here about this talk right now. Just talking about the dev kits, Neo support with SD 350. I don't see anything here. But listen, I'm gonna ask you a question, guys, in the comment section. Are you guys happy with the PlayStation 4 specs, Neo specs? Are you cool? Are you upset? I mean, some of you can probably get the hell up out of here. I still haven't read the Neo down. I bought Rise. PC is more for Minecraft. Hey, it's high time. Hey, next gen, no man wants to be your son. Probably so. You sound like you give a fuck. Microsoft, hello. Jay Martinez, that the Horizon they show was not running on a vanilla PlayStation 4. No way. They got war either. Yes, they are. 10 years ago, they were not, but they are pretty savvy and smart now. I don't know what the hell he's saying here. You claim I'm in denial. Okay, well, she'll see. Get exposed when Horizon Zero Dawn comes out. February 28th, and we shall see who gets the last laugh. Guarantee you, the regular PS4 will run the same as E3. All right, brother. All right. All right. We got here. Look at the fact we left the market 1 to 4K enough. Damn, just get both. Samsung has a 4K plate and they rock. At least their scanners. Oh wait, hold on, Zaire. I'm trying to get to them conversation. Y'all guys hold. Y'all typing y'all ass in. I'm normal both 14 feet. Now you're saying that, what do you say? Most people care about 1080p. Nah. Fuck that. Hey, that ain't the norm. We getting these new. Listen, it ain't the norm. Ain't 1080p 60. Nah, the norm is gonna be fucking 4K. We talking about 20 goddamn 17. These 4K televisions are $400. That's gonna be the norm. The norm ain't 1080p no more. The norm is when Microsoft then raised the bar. Let's see if Sony can keep up with these specs. Maybe developers can come to pull a rabbit out their ass. But you Sony guys can start that shit. But some 1080p 60. No, the fuck it ain't. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, the fuck it ain't. It ain't the same. Don't start that shit. You know what I mean? Don't start that shit. You know what I mean? Hell no. Slim is the same power as the okay. Microsoft always changing the game. Sorry, listen and playing Street Fighter Online. Good shit, Zaya. Question for you, Z. Would a QHD or HD monitor already have HDR? Because monitors and TV are both. I don't play on monitors, bro. So I don't know. I know check it out. The 4K television that I bought in 2015 doesn't have HDR. You know what I mean? So I don't know about any monitors. I'm going to buy me another 4K television this year, God willing. You know what I mean? So I don't know about monitors. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I don't know. Hey, amazing! I'm about to fucking shut you. I'm gonna ignore your weirdo ass. He said, I never met a dude that's in denial about the regular PlayStation 4 power. The PlayStation 4 had so much power and was so capable. Why is Sony putting out a Neo? If the PlayStation 4 was so fucking powerful, why is the Uncharted multiplayer 900p? Do me a favor, eat a dick, weirdo. Just think about that. Like, you motherfuckers, like, stop it. First, you got to get a PlayStation 4. I mean, you don't even have a PlayStation 4, so what the fuck are you fussing about? Like, you don't even have one. Just say whatever you're gonna pay and get you a fucking a Neo. You know what I mean? Get your Neo. You don't even have a PlayStation 4. What the fuck you fussing about? You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm trying to wait to the he's trying to wait to the motherfucker with the Benno PlayStation 4 drop down to $250. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, I guess you guys are happy. Motherfuckers are quiet. You know what I mean? Sony anticipate. Okay, so now Sony family lowering the bar to 1080p 60. Yeah, Jay Martin said now Sony the slow. Yeah, now start. That ain't the standard. That standard ain't gonna be no 1080p 60. Now they trying to lower. Nah, hell no. They ain't the standard. We ain't gonna start that shit. You know what's crazy? It's sad to say, but you guys really have pushed this whole resolution thing, and you kind of boxed yourself in the corner. No longer with Sony. They're losing their trump card. You know what I mean? They're losing their trump card. Their trump card was having the better version of the multiplats. You know what I mean? They're losing the better version of the multiplats. Now we can argue back all day who has the better exclusive, but I will concede that Sony had the better version of the multiplats this generation. Well, this generation is still going on. When the Scorpio launches, that's no longer going to be the case. You know what I mean? So, Well, he said Chris Barr said Microsoft is going at the lower end PC gamers with the Scorpio plus the upcoming mouse and keyboard support. I mainly PC gamer and respect this decision. I won't even say even the lower end. We talking about even if you take a PC, bro, with the same and with the same specs as the Scorpio. The Scorpio would dance circles around that goddamn PC, and I was on one site and they were doing the estimated specs that's going to be in the Scorpio. It was about between $1,400 to $1,500 to the average consumer like you and I, and probably the Scorpio is going to be about $500. That $500 goddamn console with damn circles around a $1,500 rig. Why? Because you have 6 teraflops in a closed environment, and games are fully optimized for those six T-flops. Here on PC, even though you may have just say a 15 teraflop card, that whole 15 teraflops is not dedicated to gaming. You still got applications running in Windows. Actually, Windows is a fucking system fucking hog, a resource hog. You know what I mean? So it's not even the same. So I can see a lot of PC gamers that play with the controller again buying the Scorpio because the Scorpios will dance circles around their rig. Skin Eastwood said the Scorpio will run better than the Neo. That's all I care about. Let me see here. I never met a dude now. All right, let me get it, man. 1 hour to TRX. Shout out to TRX. Thanks for the response, bro. Okay, whoever you are that responds to. PC gamers don't pay to pay online. Good point. Good point. PC gamers don't play. HDR is for TVs. High-end monitors already there. Yeah, because PC vertical. No, I don't have HDR on my television, but I will be buying another television. I just had a major update for my TV, so I don't know. I just had a major update. I don't know. I need to see what that fucking update was for, but I'm gonna buy another TV anyway. I buy a fucking TV every year. I just bought one. I bought the TV. It's crazy. The TV that I have in the front room, that I bought. No, I bought it at the end of. Yeah, I bought it at the end of. I bought it in November. That's a 50-inch. That one that has HDR, but like 55 and 65s. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna buy another one. I'm gonna take this TV here, put this in the front room, take the one in the front room, put that one up in the bedroom. And I got all the TVs in my house are 4K. So I'm gonna take this one behind me, put that in the front room. The one in the front room, put that upstairs. The one in the bedroom, gonna bring that downstairs to my daughter's room, and then I'm gonna take the one that's in the one that's in my daughter's room, put that in Maya's room, and then take the Samsung that's in my daughter's room, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with that. Maybe I might sell it for $200 or something, $300 on eBay. Well, my grandmother doesn't care about shit like that. So I'll put this shit on my grandma. I refuse to get that shit to my uncle, but yeah, I gotta have an extra fucking television. Maybe I don't give it away or something. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for rocking out with me. Again, man, let's continue the conversation. So we have the specs. I'm gonna leave the link to them here if you guys haven't seen them. I'm gonna put the link here in the comment section, and let me know what you think. If you haven't checked out my last few videos, I'll put out a few videos there offline. I had a problem with my channels. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I had some issues. But anyway, this is this is my new shit. This is your boy Next Gen. I'm out of here. So you got the official specs documents for the PlayStation 4 Neo, and it is what it is, man. But I guess it really does boil down to the games. But this generation, it wasn't about the games. This generation has not been about the games. You guys have been pushing this agenda. When I mean you guys are talking about more or less the majority of the Sony fan base online, the vocal minority. You guys have been pushing this agenda of 1080p or give me death. Now Xbox fans are going to say, give us 4K or give us your grandmother. This is your boy Next Gen 720, and thank you for rocking out with me. You know what I mean? And yeah, we out here. Bacon grease. Bacon grease. One more time, that bacon grease. Bacon grease. Daddy about to play Halo.